I'm Deidre Sirianni. I'm a spiritual guide, best-selling author, and I am here to support you in your awakening to the truth of who you are and who you're meant to be in all areas of your life. In today's conversation, a question that I get often that I thought I would talk about with you is really about the difference between your intuition and fear. How do we know the difference between whether something is fear-based, where we're operating from fear, old trauma, old ways of being, or if we're operating from our intuition? It's a question I get all the time. So the first thing that you really want to ask yourself is how we can tune into our intuition. Is our intuition is the first feeling we typically have about something or someone. So when you are feeling into something for the first time, what is that initial feeling? Does it feel expansive? Do you feel like you have an energetic pull towards someone? Do you feel excitement? Do you feel energy? That is your intuition saying green light, go, yes, 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 yes. And where our fear can come up is we can have these expansive, exciting feelings towards something, maybe moving, maybe a partner, maybe an opportunity, whatever it is. And then fear can take over. And it usually sounds like, oh, but this isn't safe. I haven't thought this through. I'm not ready. I can't do that. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. And we come up with all of these excuses. And then that can turn into a feeling of contraction and stress and anxiety in our body. So the first way of looking at this, is it fear or is it intuition, is tuning in and asking yourself, what is the very first feeling that you had about a situation? Was it expansive? If that's the truth, or excitement, that's typically your intuition saying, this is a great thing to do, go ahead. If fear and contraction comes up later, a few minutes later, a few hours later, it's usually fear coming up, which has to do with fear of the unknown, potentially things from your past that have happened in the past, and you're bringing past experiences into your future and blocking yourself from taking action, which can cause us to be stuck, stagnant, and unfulfilled, and also in between spaces. So the first question you really want to ask yourself is, what is the first emotion, the first feeling that you had? That is typically your intuition. Now, going to the question more around, how do we know if it's fear or how do we know if it's intuition? Intuition is typically the first emotion that we have. And then whatever comes after is usually from the logical mind taking over, of like trying to justify something or get ourselves out of something if it doesn't make sense. So if you can really start to lean in and take action based on your first emotion, that will serve you to move into more flow. Usually also with fear-based things that tend to come up with us, past traumas, past experiences. If you're in a space of fear, a really good thing to do is just ask yourself the question, do I have a fear that's coming up that around something that has happened in the past? Do I have fear that something from the past is going to happen again in the future? If the answer is yes, we know that we're dealing with fear. And how do we deconstruct fear? Well, we can get really clear on what we truly want and then start moving towards those things and ask ourselves if fear is really serving us and what is the cost of staying in fear. Fear coming up to protect you from recreating your past is a real thing, and trauma is something totally different. So if you want to learn more about how trauma shows up in your life and how it can impact you, can check out another video on the YouTube channel around that. Or if you just have something going on in your life right now and you're wanting to move forward, but you're not sure if it's fear or if it's your intuition, go back to that initial feeling, and that typically is your intuition. There's different layers to this, of course, but when your body says yes to something, that's typically your intuition saying yes. When your body says no right away, feels contractive, that's a clear sign that's a no. One of the exercises that sometimes I'll get some of the students in my programs to do is go to a coffee shop and just focus your energy on somebody in the coffee shop, anyone, someone preferably that you don't know, and just see how your body responds to them. Does it feel expansive? Do you feel a pull towards them? Or do you feel contracted and like your body is moving away? That's one of the ways you can start to tune into your intuition and start testing it out with strangers to see how you're naturally responding. And as a result of that, you're going to start building more self-trust with some of your intuition. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click like, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and stay tuned for a weekly video around a topic of waking up to the truth of who you are and who you're meant to be and actualizing your genius into reality. Again, my name is Deidre Sirianni. I'm a spiritual guide and best-selling author of the book, Turn Your Light On. It's time to wake up to the truth of who you are and who you're meant to be, my friend. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.